We are live. Season 3, episode 29, The Larrys. Yours truly, Larry B. Two-time Stanley Cup champion from Coldquidlet, Western Canada, Larry Melnyk. And the architect who drives this extravaganza, Beltnose, Maryland's Clint Bell.
Well, hello, I'm here.
Great Clint Bell. Larry, you look like Nanook of the North tonight.
Hi.
How are you, pal?
Going.
Everything good here. What's happening in the world of Lawrence Joseph Melnyk?
Well, I woke up today with good intentions. You know, it's Thursday. I thought it's raining. I played a little golf last week. It's raining now, so we have to do the indoor activities. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning and I haven't gone back to sleep. So I didn't start till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. But so anyways, it's been below freezing as Florida has been and it's just a freaking disaster. So anyways, this is called Reigning Champ. It's a house coat. It is the biggest, thickest, warmest thing. It's like what the boxers have, right? So, and I got this as a tea gift. As a tea gift at a golf tournament. Yeah, I got it as a tea gift years ago, and so when it's below freezing, this is what I wear. And I did nothing today. Absolutely nothing. I didn't even go outside.
Never left the house.
Didn't even go outside. But it's called Reigning Champ. Okay? We're going to give a shout out to Reigning Champ. That's what it's called. Exactly. Billy, how's Billy doing?
Billy K's doing great. Billy K was in Florida last week.
Did you see him?
I didn't see him. He had a business event on the West Coast.
I thought he's retired. How can he be in business? He's got no money.
He dabbles. He's got the pension. He's got a couple of side projects. He's moving a little merchandise and memorabilia.
Hopefully,
our friends are they're connected.
Well, hopefully he's like you and married very rich. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I would hardly say married rich. I married a very hardworking woman like you.
Yes. Okay. Not rich though. Anyways, so this Reigning Champ stuff. Get back. So we're getting by, but it's a line of clothing. It's not just house coats. All right. So, but I'm not sure. I know I'm going to give you a little jab again, but I'm not sure that you can get in extra small.
Do we have to go through this every show? You've seen me in Vegas. I worked with Clint for years. I'll say it again. 5'10", 190.
They might have extra
30.
Okay,
34.
so what's happening in the world?
Everything good. Everything good. The cold weather has been down here as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Clint, the whole United States, brutally cold. Heavy snow throughout the U.S., another storm coming here, Arctic blast this weekend. The lows in Vero Beach will be in the high 20s. Needless to say, there's not going to be any cake for Larry P. by the ocean this week.
No. But so how come the women are in Orlando at the Lakes place? It's frost in the morning, but 60s. So you get to 60s, don't you?
Today was beautiful. Today the high got up to 70.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been beautiful, crisp, mid-40s. But now this next front comes in, and the high Saturday and Sunday, which I've not seen in the 4 years we've lived here, the high 48 to 50, and the low, they're talking about 27, 28. Yeah. Snow flurries possibly in Tampa. Jacksonville, Panhandle, other parts of the state, arguably in the teens. So it's been a great prolonged winter. It does not affect golf. You're out. Today would have been beautiful to play. 72, 73, crystal clear sky. I guess the front will come in tomorrow, Friday, some rain, and then clear, but just very cold Saturday, Sunday, and right into next week. So we've had a prolonged winter here. It's been great.
Yeah. So is that why you have that very expensive Armani Exchange shacket on today?
This is the BYLT line that Gronk promotes.
Oh, wow.
It's called the shirt.
I think it's in between a shirt and a jacket, which means it's a shacket. It's probably knowing you, it's probably cashmere too. But anyway,
it's not swag like you sport quite often. And frankly, our birthdays are coming up.
Yes,
21st, mine's the 20th. I would love one of those little parkas that you have.
Parka.
Put a little Larry Melnyk crest on it, a little logo.
Let's see what I can do for you. 66 and
your usual gift, your Miller High Life beer cologne.
So I'll be 66 and you'll be 64?
Yes.
64. Excellent.
So right around the corner. Now, all the snow in the Northeast, you see the pictures here in the States, I'm sure Canada, everything. A guy figured out having his driveway shoveled. A New Jersey man basically sipping coffee here as a $5,000 robotic snowblower clears his driveway during Winter Storm Fern this past week. Tom Maloney, a northern New Jersey resident and host of a popular YouTube channel focused on electric vehicles and charging tech, posted videos on X showing his afternoon's Yarbo snowblower clearing his roughly 6,000 square foot driveway during the storm. So far, it's kicking ass, quote unquote, Maloney wrote Sunday morning. Now, I'm sure our friends, Billy Kay, Billy Neshin, Tony Long, George Slereth, Richie Spezzano, and others didn't fare as well. In addition, most likely, Tom probably took $50 away from one of the neighborhood kids who may have normally offered their shoveling services. But is this right up your alley for your complex? Get the HOA to kick in. Apparently, it's $5,000. It's an autonomous Yarbo snowblower. Is this right up your alley?
I think that's good for individual houses. We have 90 units here, and it's just basically one road with that's like an acreage right there. Our road is enough.
So he's obviously got a big piece of property.
Yeah.
But, instead of bringing the plow in, your association should approve this in a heartbeat. There he is.
That's a great idea. We don't get that kind of snow. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, north of Minnesota, they get the snow. Ontario just had 8 feet of snow.
Maybe Ron Flockhart and the mill.
Flocky gets a little bit of snow.
I thought Larry had one of these.
I might have in the
Larry's
60s.
got wet, so he's running away.
Oh, you're a beauty, Clint Bell.
I thought Larry had
brother.
one of those things.
Larry Melnyk trying to take on this ridiculous snowblower like it was Laurie Bushman.
Yeah. Well, at least the snowblower's throwing something because he did.
The snowblower would at least throw a punch at you.
Exactly.
Not like your little friend.
Exactly. So let's go back to the summertime now that you brought that one up. So they've got at Morningside in Palm Springs, which is in Rancho Mirage, where Paul Reinhart, who was the first round draft pick of the Calgary or Atlanta Flames way back in the day.
And his son is pretty good.
His sons were really good, and the one son is actually really good. So we go to Morningside. It's a private course, right? I got to get checked in, gated community, blah blah. I get to the putting green, and there's this little freaking machine. Well, it's cutting the grass, and it cuts the grass. So on the whole course, they've got these little, it's like the vacuum, right? But it's cutting grass. They have them going all day, everywhere. It's amazing.
They figured it out.
It's amazing. So
they
somebody
vacuums.
My friends
I haven't seen it yet here. The little devices on the greens, but these robotics are
exactly. My friends in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where they get 15 feet of snow, they're too cheap to buy those machines. But you need that for sure. they'd rather just go out there and they're stubborn Ukrainian. German.
It's shoveling. It could take time, and depending upon it could be ice, it could be frozen. It's not fun, but got to give this guy credit. This Tom Maloney.
It's a great idea.
Got some good stuff coming up. Good sports time of year. NHL Stadium Series this Sunday. Bruins and Lightning from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Temps there will be low 50s, perfection. They had the event here, the Winter Classic, Rangers and the Panthers on New Year's Day. Now it shifts over to Tampa. Bruins, red hot Lightning team. Should be a fun game. I'll watch it.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad it's actually going to be cold.
Finally. New Year's Day down here was mild, but at least they've got all the generators. The ice should be good, but it'll be high 40s, low 50s in Tampa. Olympic break coming up. It runs from February 6th to the 24th. NHL pauses for the Winter Games in Milan. Now, I know you don't watch a lot of hockey, but one of your former organizations, Rangers, remain in last place in the Metropolitan Division. A record of 22, 26, and 6 now. Good for 50 points. 4-3 overtime win versus the Bruins on Monday. And currently a home-and-home versus the Islanders. 5-2 loss last night in Almont. Just getting started tonight in the Garden. Now, at this point, the season's gone off the rails. And it's beyond saving. Clearly heading towards resets. Panarin is as good as gone. Healthy scratch once again. Brzezinski, Sherry, and Quick for all on track for unrestricted free agency on July 1st. Now, the trade of Carson Soucy to the Islanders, only the fourth time there's been a transaction between those two arch rivals, I think is going to open up the door to another Rangers sell-off ahead of the NHL trade deadline on March 6th. Drury now emphasizing that the organization, their focus is moving forward, will be on building a faster, tougher, more competitive roster. Now, unimaginable that this team appeared in the Eastern Conference Championship less than 2 years ago. Where's the dysfunction here? From last year into this fiasco here, we've been talking about it for months. What's going on?
So, if you recall, 2 weeks ago, I made a statement to some people at the organization that I'm pretty much done. You're a huge Ranger fan. I love New York. When they traded and treated, and I've talked about this, and we'll do it again and again, Trouba and Kreider, and they treated those two big studs like shit, you knew something was not right in the dressing room, management, whatever. I don't know who owns the team. Obviously, the things they're doing are not right, not good. And having said that, I live in Vancouver, and just an update on Vancouver, they are by far the worst team in the league at, 14-30 and whatever. They might not get freaking 50 points this year.
It's a soft team. Got a lot of the Europeans.
Yeah, I understand, Billy.
Billy Kay, yes, it's embarrassing.
There are not more passionate fans than the people up in the blue seats, and I don't get it. I'm not close to. I'm getting a lot. I'm not close to the organization, and I will never be close to the organization anymore. And it is what it is. Like
you shared your opinion, so not only are you now not close, but for whatever reason, me and Clint are blackballed, and you teased us 2 weeks ago. And apparently, is tonight's tirade going to be the Canucks?
It is because, but let's get back to the Rangers. Like, how long has Drury been the general manager? It happened before. So 2 years ago, they had the greatest team on earth. They should have probably won the Stanley Cup.
They played a very good series in the Eastern Conference Final with the ultimate champion, back-to-back champion, Florida Panthers.
Kreider had 53. Kreider had 53, and then you trade him. Are you stupid? You're going to have I think I mentioned it on this show. You have 53 goals. I swear to God, you're going to go next year and you're probably going to get 30. That's still a great year.
It's still a great year.
Knocks the shit out of guys. Keandre Miller, we talk about big body. Yeah, you're going to make mistakes. Yeah, you're going to have a shitty year. You don't
He's having
give
a
up
good
on
offensive year. He's playing well. Fits perfectly in that Carolina scheme. Brindamore, great coach.
Yeah.
You've got former Rangers now on the Kraken. They're
everywhere.
They're on the
Everywhere.
Ducks. They're all
The
over,
Ducks.
and they're all excelling. And JT Miller coming back here got a lot more pressure playing in New York, and obviously, as you know, than Vancouver. And
the Ducks were
to blame for
the Ducks 2 years ago were like where Vancouver is.
Yeah.
They make a couple of trades. They bring in a couple of veterans. The Canucks, instead of bringing in some veterans, bring in, and we talked about this 2 weeks ago, 15 frickin' Swedes and Europeans. You're not going to win with that.
No, that recipe does not work. And you look at what has gone on in Detroit, Yzerman building that team up properly. Marty St. Louis goes up to Montreal.
Took him 5 years.
Bruins. Last year, all 4 original 6 American teams didn't get in the playoffs. This year, they will.
St. Louis took 3 years, 4 years, right? Montreal's taken 3 or 4 years with a European general manager.
Montreal, another tough city to play in. They expect an awful lot.
Oh, man.
He's doing it the right way. You see some, Tampa really has never regressed. They had a lot of personnel moves over the years, but extremely well coached. They're a juggernaut this year. So they're back. They lose guys. They continue. It's a great culture. Panthers have had injuries. Kachuk is back. They'll be okay. But it's just sad commentary what's happening with the beloved Rangers. And
so
this season's finished.
Lawrence, what's the model? You look at Tampa. You look at Florida. Tampa, Cooper's been there for what, 9 years, 10 years?
Great coach.
Yzerman, wherever Yzerman goes, he's a winner.
Yeah.
Rod Brindamore hasn't won the cup. He probably deserves a cup.
No.
So what's the model? Everywhere else, everybody changes. There's no consistency, and the dressing rooms are shit.
Well, that we talked about even going back to last year. You lose that dressing room, it's a cancer, and it got worse last year. And there's never been any window this year where you've seen anything positive. They lost 6 or 7 in a row. They go in, at home, they beat the Bruins, who they gave up 10 goals against in Boston last week. Didn't look good last night. Continue to sit Panarin. So the first of the trades was Soucy. I don't know what's next, but the floodgates will open. I don't know how much of it you can put on Dolan. Knicks are playing great this year. Bringing Mike Brown. Had a good year last year. But anyway, it is what it is. I don't know if you're a big college football guy. But,
no.
Let's do a shout out.
I don't. But I did watch that. I did watch bits of that. Yeah, that was what a story that is.
This was a great Cinderella story. Congratulations, Indiana Hoosiers. National Collegiate Football champs defeating the Miami Hurricanes. Amazing transformation from worst to first by Curt Cignetti. 16-0 season. They won 10 last year. Fernando Mendoza, who we see here, wins the Heisman. And the best part of the story, which you'd appreciate, Cignetti receives beer for life from a Bloomington distributor. For the record, the Larrys and Clint also love this Hoosier Game Day Lager. So feel free, send a package to Coquitlam, Jupiter, Florida, Vero, Florida. But he made a little comment, I'm ready for a beer after the game.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars worth of PR for this local distributorship. And I'll jump on that Hoosier Game Day Lager. Feel free, send it down.
That was... At least he was like genuine and original, right? Genuine and original.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I'd love to have a beer, you
He said,
know?
I'd love to get a beer.
That's
Which he's going to do. He said it again after the second playoff game. And then he made that a little disclaimer. I'm only going to have one. At his age, after one or more, he falls asleep. But you got to love this guy, man. That team was coached up so great. They're blowing out Alabama in one of the playoff games. They're up by 30 points. The coaches have the tablets out. They're all engaged. They beat Miami, blocked a punt. Special teams were good. But I'll tell you something. It was no fluke. In a Big Ten schedule, they beat everybody. Won 10 games last year, which is unheard of. And Indiana, traditionally a basketball program.
Yeah. So
Big
now
game coming up. Super Bowl in the States, which I'm sure that you do watch. Super Bowl 60 matchup set. New England Patriots taking on the Seattle Seahawks next weekend in Santa Clara, home of the 49ers. Early line has Seattle minus 4.5. I think it should be a good game. Patriots led by Drake May. They go from 3-14 to 14-3. Mike Vrabel did a phenomenal job in his first year as head coach. Seattle is stacked. They've run that NFC playoffs, but I'll take the Pats with the points. Note here, Vrabel, first person to ever start for and head coach for the same franchise in the big game. Hopefully it's a good game, but you got to like the Patriots. 12th appearance in the Super Bowl.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with you, and I made a huge error. I don't know how I'm going to go around it, I'm going to Hawaii on February 8th. I got an 8 o'clock
3-week trip.
There.
You're on your 3-week.
Exactly. So,
well, what's the tariff going to be for you and Rochelle on that trip?
Son of a bitch! It's. I haven't even got there, and it's been I've already spent $7,000. It's bad. So
it's a big investment for you.
I know it's huge, and then my kids are coming too. But listen to this.
How many rooms?
Two bedrooms. They're coming at separate times.
Okay.
So, but anyways, February 8th. I wasn't even thinking. I go on the computer. I go on to Air Canada direct flight, and they say, okay, Vancouver to Kona, get me there quick. 8 o'clock flight. I'm there by 11 o'clock. Didn't realize it was Super Bowl. So I got to get a rent-a-car. I got to go to Costco, and I got to go to Walmart and get the booze and
this
the
is
food.
2 trips in a row now. You had a Fiasco in Vegas a couple weeks ago with the rent-a-car.
So I screwed up just a tad. I don't really give a shit about the game. I'll catch half the game, which is fine. But I've been a Patriot. So I've been a Red Sox fan since 1980. I love Boston. I love Boston. I love the Bruins. I love.
You have not trashed the Bruin organization on the show.
No, will not. No, will not. And Edmonton either. But so
you got to be very careful there.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, and it's all good there. So I've been a Patriots fan forever. Was a 49ers fan for a little bit. I kind of jumped when Montana was there, when Brady was there, I jumped the bandwagon. I think that Drake May is not going to be able to get it done. Sam Darnold is a better quarterback with more experience. And unfortunately, the people that I hang around with here, we're 2 hours door to door to the Seahawks, right? Everybody I know here is a Seahawks fan. And they won't, I hope they're not watching the show, but I think the Seahawks are a little bit better team unless Darnold throws 6 interceptions.
Paper, they are the better team. At home, they've got
experience.
That fan. That's a sick place to play. That's the loudest stadium. They're very well coached by McDonald. They've got everything. But just the way things have happened this year, that Patriot team, they didn't lose a game on the road all year. And May has progressed in year 2. They got a good running game. You're not going to have any weather issue like they had for a couple of games. Seattle, they're tough. But you know something? I'll take the points. I think the line opened up 3.5, 4. It's now 4.5. We'll see what happens. But Darnold, a great story. Won 14 games last year with the Vikings. They get rid of him. Comes into Seattle. Had probably his best game ever against the Rams.
Yeah.
That one came down to the wire, but they're tough. They had a great season. They blew out San Francisco the week before, so they're solid. I would not be surprised if the Seahawks won. I think it's going to be a close game, but Vrabel, you talk about that clubhouse, that locker room, the lack of it with the Rangers now. Vrabel is in that tunnel after the game, giving the high five. The players love playing for him, and this is their 12th time in there. So there's no Brady, there's no Belichick. They've rebuilt now multiple times. They had back-to-back 3-win seasons. Mayo was the coach last year. Belichick, people forget, 2 years ago. And this year, 14. So I've never been a big Patriot fan. I'm a Giant.
Who's your favorite team?
Well, the Giants. And there's reason for the first time to be optimistic in a long time. We got John Harbaugh coming in. So we got our quarterback. We got a running back. Neighbors is going to be healthy. So we got a running back. We got a receiver. We got the quarterback. If they're healthy, most likely the Giants have the second pick. Bring in a defensive lineman, strengthen that offensive line with ancillary picks moving forward. But Harbaugh will turn that team around. They've been a terrible, terrible disappointment for the last few years. The only thing worse are the anemic Jets. So,
exactly. But let's go back to, Indiana. Don't be surprised if they don't go 16-0, people, because it is sports. So if they win 10 or 11 next year, that's still an accomplishment. Okay.
Hey, how do you possibly surpass?
Exactly.
They beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. They beat Penn State, Iowa, Oregon during the season. So this is no patsy, conference. You blow out Alabama. You blow out Oregon for a second time. Miami, basically a home game for them, but the Indiana fans traveled. Stadium was loud, looked like a good number of fans. And you know something? They just don't make mistakes. They're fundamentally sound. And he signed an extension. Guy's a good coach. Came from James Madison, brought a bunch of his guys. And these were a lot of MAC conference, guys that never really got respect. And within that system, they showed they can beat the tough Buckeyes. They can beat the, Penn. They're just solid. So I'd love to see that go forward.
Yeah. So back to Harbaugh, it's going to take them a couple, 3 years. So, and I guess they can wait because they've been so shitty for a couple, 3 years.
This year was the worst. They must have lost 4 or 5 games that they're winning deep into the fourth quarter. So that's coaching. They got rid of Dable after maybe week 10. They did have some injuries, but Jackson Dart's for real. I watched him play at Ole Miss. Good quarterback. Scadaboo's going to be back. They had a lot of injuries, but Harbaugh alone, I think that buys them 5 wins that they didn't have last year. That NFC East, you got the Eagles, you got the Commanders, always the Redskins to me, and an anemic Dallas team. So, quite often you see a team flounder, they win the division the next year. So at least there's reason for optimism. The Jets know. And Sam Darnold, another cast off from the Jets. They seem to excel wherever they go, just like a lot of the current Rangers that you talked about.
So this is for all those gurus on Fox and Good Morning Football. And you got 5 guys here. We got 2 women and 3 guys here. And you got 7 guys over here. Not one of the teams that they picked. So what is that? 6 or 7, Baltimore, you name them all the way, Kansas City, you name them, not one of them came right. So people that are listening to all these freaking so-called gurus, same as this TSN bullshit I have to listen to every morning, TSN, Total Sports Network in Canada, the gurus, 5 of them talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't give a shit. They're horrible. So don't listen to all these supposed
they're all
what's your gut? What's your own gut?
No, I agree with you. You'd be better suited, shut that crap off, and just enjoy your turbo.
Exactly. That's exactly what I do. So now, See, this is how this goes. So,
By
Clint,
the way, are you not drinking tonight?
yeah, no. I got so let's talk about the booze, how I got screwed on the booze again. So this is whatever it says there, Lager Craft. It's Parallel 49. It's a local
Oh, you
brewery.
talked about that before. You like that?
It's a 16 ouncer. I had to do it because it's milliliters because we're Canadian bullshit. It's 473 milliliters, Clint. Never even seen 473 milliliters is 15.99 ounces US. Okay. So this beer,
Odd size.
24 pack of 16 was $25 off. I got it for $50. So it's $2 a beer.
Not unreasonable.
That is horror. It's $25 off. It should have been $75.
75 compared to what you told me. Some of the prices are there.
Yeah, that's. So I bought 5 cases. I'm down to like half case. But anyways, that's beside the point. What was?
By the way, beer is very expensive in Hawaii.
I know it is. That's why I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to be shocked.
He's bringing his own.
Well, my golf bag can only be 55 pounds. So I got to get Caesar mix in there, Bloody Mary mix in there, vodka in there, and beer and golf balls.
So
because it's
windy.
windy.
Your gloves down. You could probably get a case of beer in there. And also the rude awakening is going to be, you usually do a big shopping when you go there. I know you like to load up the hotel rooms. You have your little snacks, you have your cured meats, some breads.
So you know what I've done, and I think I mentioned it 2 weeks ago. I've done the here. Let me get the freaking glass. This is, I don't even know how good this is going to be for my gut, but so they've been telling me. So that's a apple cider vinegar, turmeric, lemon, honey, and cinnamon, and you're supposed to drink that. And it lowers your sugar levels and it's supposed to be good for your body. So I've been drinking that morning. And so today I didn't go out, like I said.
You probably peed all day.
Pardon?
You probably peed all day.
That's what I've been doing. So we got to get off here because I got to go pee. But anyways, and also I've been making a lot of recipes with cottage cheese. So cottage cheese, spinach.
Introduce a little dairy now, so that'll mind you.
I think I'm down to your weight, 160 pounds. I've lost like 60 pounds in a week. It's been amazing. I'm not kidding.
But Mel skipped the whole. Billy, you cannot make this shit up. What goes on with this man? Now, here's something you would like to eat. Clint, perfect timing, iconic Coney Island hot dog hawker, Nathan's Famous, is sold for $450 million. A couple of those dogs right now, sauerkraut mustard with free Hoosier Lager beer would sound great.
See, but I can't, I'm not eating bread.
So
I'm not eating bread.
No bun.
Well, no, that's what I mean. You make a cottage cheese bun. You cook it. Oh, yeah, exactly. Huh? Did you say Clint?
Yeah. How do you make a cottage cheese bun?
How do you have a bun if you have no bread?
Okay, so here
Out
it
of
is.
cottage cheese.
Out of cottage. So
it's got to be old cottage cheese, Clint. So it's old for the bun.
No. You take 1 cup of cottage cheese. Okay.
1 cup.
You put in 2 eggs. You put in some onions, some spinach, some onion powder. Spice it up. Italian seasoning. You blend it in a NutriBullet, which I just bought on Amazon. NutriBullet. You throw it onto a parchment paper. You cook it 25 minutes at 350 degrees. You've got yourself basically a cottage cheese bread, and you can make sandwiches out of it. That's what I've been eating. So I'm down to 160. I'm down to 160. I was 225 last week.
Now, 2 weeks ago, you looked very bloated.
Yeah, and now I feel I can go. Well, after I finish 9 rounds, I'm going to go for a run.
And I will say, when I saw you in Vegas last year, you were not to be out of line. You were a tad portly.
Well, 20 beers a day will do that to you. My wife
This
can't
is the only
believe.
man I've ever met who has a traveler on top of the traveler. It's in the shorts. It's in the sock. There's a bag. You're going to need that in Hawaii.
Lawrence, my wife, over the last probably, I don't know, let's say 10 years, I think I've been sick once. She's been sick all the time. And you know what she says? Larry, you're on an immunity diet. The way that you drink and eat, you should probably be 400 pounds. But I like the chicken wings and the beers, and you just have to know when to eat them and mix it up with some, you got to have some vegetables.
And also, the alcohol has probably killed any infection. So I know you're in a rush tonight. Let's
no, I'm not.
Move forward. Thursday night at the fights.
We're on a roll. We're on a roll.
Tonight, triple feature. Larry Melnyk first. Last week's goalie brawl from the Panthers-Sharks game. Sergei Bobrovsky drops gloves with Alex Nedeljkovic.
Gotta love that. Hey?
Now, back in your day, you had the third man in. So you saw bench clearing brawls. Here he goes. Look at Bob. Now, Bob is about 150 pounds, dripping wet. But you got to love these goalies fighting. Billy Smith would fight.
You know what's really talented is the fact that they know how to rip the other guy's mask off so they don't cut their hands up.
Look at this here. Now, we said it before. You would have been a great goalie. You would have been like a stocky Billy Smith, a dirty player.
Yeah. Well, you have to chop.
You got that chop, slash. But this was amazing. The fans love him. Bob is great. He's loving the community here. And just to come down, jump in, you don't see it today. And it's one of those lost arts. I used to love those end of period bench clearing brawls. Yeah. They controlled that. You can't get off the bench now. But when you see the two goalies go at it, amazing. The second one here, very quick. Alexander Nikishin is just a fucking monster. Watch this hit here.
Nice.
Boom. Look. This guy is fucking nuts.
But he's not a fighter. He's
but he's tough.
Yeah, that was a good punch.
He had an altercation in the Ranger game a couple weeks ago too. Now here's a throwback to your day. Classic throwback. Lyndon Byers teaches one of our favorites, Craig, as you would say, Berube, a lesson. Bruins Flyers matchup, December of '87.
I would never even go near Berube. He was just those guys. They had six of the nuttiest, freaking crazy bastards that could fight. So
Lyndon Byers was a tough guy.
Beloved
Bruins.
Lyndon Byers played in Regina Pats, which was 2 hours from where I was born, Saskatoon. Him and I hung out together in his first training camp when he was in Boston. Oh, he sliced them pretty good. Eh?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Sliced.
But Lyndon came out of Regina with 54 goals.
Yeah, he was.
And then all of a sudden, he's got a role in Boston. Right. That's just the way it is.
Clint will move forward. One of our favorite features here: Larry Joseph Melnyk as a Ranger. One of his former organizations. Box, the profanity that came out of that mouth. You don't even hear that in Minneapolis going on right now these last few weeks. But we'll move the needle going forward. Any grievances outside of the expensive tariff and the cost for you and the family to go to Hawaii?
You know what? We book our holidays like way in advance. I'm already talking to you about going to Florida in 2027. I didn't know if
you wanted to announce it, but ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence Joseph Melnyk will be in the race in Florida, hopefully February of 2027.
But the kicker is, Lawrence, the wife said, I guess we're going to Florida. So I don't know how.
Michelle has sanctioned it.
I don't know how, but somehow I get my way. So anyways, we're trying to work it out. And so 2 weeks ago, I told everybody about my to-do with the Rangers and, the fucking jabroni, my ex-defense partner who turned into a backstabbing little prick, number 2. So anyways, I had a few beers the other night and, it was about a week ago to be exact. And I said, you know what? I'm not overly happy with the Canucks alumni either. So I sent a scathing email to a certain guy who's exactly the same in position as Jackie. She never replied back, obviously, from New York. And this guy hasn't replied back to me. And I just said,
No
you know what?
response.
I don't like the way you guys are doing things. You got the worst team in the league. You've had the worst organization since my good buddy Mike Gillis left years ago. And I don't give a rat's ass. Do whatever you want. I'm done with you guys. So 4 teams, I'm down to 2. Your turn.
Edmonton is safe. Bruins are safe.
Yeah, I'm done.
Clint, a grievance?
Nope, I don't got anything.
Well, your Washington Capitals aren't very good.
No, but that's expected right now.
I have no grievance, but I got a Valentine's Day gift item for you, Larry Melnyk, for Rochelle.
Nice.
Sydney Sweeney is launching a brand new lingerie line, announcing it'll be called Syrn, S-Y-R-N. Sizzling new promotional photos here. This is right up your alley. Do a little purchase. You'll be in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. This will get you squared for the houseboat trip with Flocky. I'm going to join you this summer. You'll come to Florida. Pick up a couple little items for a show.
Sounds good.
Oh, you should have seen what happened when Larry heard the news of her dropping this new line. He was on the golf course and had to just jet out of there to go get some.
I'll support Sydney Sweeney anytime.
Thank you, Clint. And hopefully there'll be a Sydney Sweeney promotional appearance here in Vero Beach. But, wow, this was on the news the other night, and she's been very, very vocal as of late, but I endorse this brand, and it's probably less money than for you to buy beer up in Canada.
I would hope so.
Very excited, Billy Kay.
Way to go, Billy.
In a very cold Jersey compound tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? All right, let's little closing toast. We lost a few more. 49ers legend and NFL MVP John Brody passed away at 90. Quarterback from 1957 to 73, back when you were a 49er fan. A wonderful broadcaster as well. Worked alongside Don Criqui and Jim Simpson, color commentator on NBC for many Orange Bowl games. He also won on the PGA Championship Tour as well, a great golfer. Billy Kay will appreciate this one. Legendary Jersey comedian Floyd Vivino, a.k.a. Uncle Floyd, passed away at 74. Beloved New Jersey TV personality musician. If you grew up in the tri-state area when we did, you were a big fan. Thoughts and prayers, Mickey Redmond. You're taking a medical leave from the Red Wings booth to address...
You're breaking up a bit, Lawrence.
Shocking. And our dear friend and fan favorite, the great Barry Beck, dealing with ongoing health issues in Canada. Get well soon, Bubba. Also, I'm hearing Brian Trottier has some issues. And the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. I'll be in Gainesville in 2 weeks. Go Gators. Feel better, coach. Quick shout out, Miracle on Ice, 1980 U.S. gold medal champions, 46 years ago in Lake Placid. Check out Miracle on Netflix, a wonderful depiction. And Lawrence Joseph Melnyk off to Hawaii. When do you pack?
He might be frozen. So let's just go to him in Hawaii again.
He's been very quiet.
Oh, yeah, we lost him.
He probably had a pee.
He said you were breaking up, and it was like, no, it was totally him. It was breaking up.
He's probably pissing in that cup of turmeric and whatever else he had.
He couldn't hold it anymore, so he ran to the bathroom.
What a bizarre. We either wait for him on the front end, or this is unprecedented. Now, I've frozen before, in all fairness, and it's not a fun thing. You're frantic trying to get back on, but...
There, now it's like you guys are still together.
There you go. Well, sometimes it's like having a cardboard prop with me as a partner. He's a portly guy. I've met him in person. He gives me crap, but, he looks like he's lost a little weight. thinner. I still can't get a grasp on that cottage cheese little concoction. I don't think I want it.
Thank you.
Billy K, thank you. Richie Spizano's in a snowstorm tonight. Billy K. Clint, should we close out with a zooby doo?
Yeah, might as well. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Ramsey, Mayday.
Zooby zooby zoo. Zooby zooby zoo. Zooby zooby zoo, zooby zoo, zooby zoo. Mon Dieu qu'ils sont doux.